What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey.
Oh.
Good. Good. How are you?
How's it going?
Good. What's going on today?
Doing well.
So, Steve and Mark, you guys are in North Carolina, right?
All
Yep.
three of us are.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, all three of you are. Okay,
that
okay,
was the
cool.
one, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Steve and Mark are brothers, and then Jeff Joby is the cousin.
Correct.
Yes.
Nice. Keeping it in the family, man. That's what's important. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's amazing.
Keep it in the family.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, so Hummy's VR comedy. Life is too short not to laugh, right? I want to hear from your guys' point of view. What exactly? Explain to the audience what you guys really do, and in your own words, how did you really begin this hilarious adventure combining virtual reality? Like, were you guys huge virtual reality fans before this, and comedy, and turned it into obviously Hummy's VR comedy group, making these videos? They're hilarious. How'd the adventure start?
Great question. Well, so Mark here, he is a stand-up comedian, has been for several years. How long have you been doing it, Mark? Like,
Wow. 6 minus 2020.
okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
5 working years. Yeah.
That's right.
TikTok
I've always
comedy. You got
been-
TikTok stage.
Sure.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been like more the gamer in the family, and then Jeff here has some amazing improv skills, so we've sort of combined all of that. And I said, you know what, I want to support Mark's stand-up career, and it started out like as a support channel first, and it wasn't public either. We're like,
Okay.
I first got VR, and I was like, oh wow, this is potentially got some really funny potential for really great
Yeah.
moments in here, and
Yeah.
I let them know about it, and eventually we all got on board, and just seeing that the potential that this had for combining those moments, those
Yeah. So comedy was the main focus. Like, oh shit, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna make this funny.
yeah.
I'd say so.
I've
Yeah, we
I-
don't.
With like any game, right? Any game we've ever played, it's been more about making the observations and things and seeing what's funny in the game more than,
Yeah.
hey, let's beat this level.
Right,
That's-
right.
That's right. We
very
rarely
good, so.
beat anything.
That,
To
dude,
a lot of viewers' confusion.
Right. They're like, oh shit, they're on level 1 and they've been playing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I knew, talking with Mark, I knew that he was a stand-up comic, but Joby, you are fucking hilarious, dude. You are the one-line king, and the comments and everything you say. It's like, I asked Mark, I'm like, dude, does he not do comedy? He needs to get in.
Well, you're very sweet. I am married, so just put that out there first.
I can't see your full
Thank you.
face, so I'm not going there yet.
All right. Well,
I've told both of them to give it a shot, and you know, there is a little bit of hesitation, but they'll do it. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think you guys need to. Steve, you
And hopefully
guys
we'll-
all
we'll
need to
be
get
a
in
whole
there.
show.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
take it on the road.
We wanted, yeah, Mark, that was his idea, is to drag us on stage, and then the pandemic happened, and I was like, yes.
Oh darn, can't do it, dude. Sorry.
oh, too bad. Yeah.
Oh god. Oh,
Can't do
bad
it.
timing.
Stage
Bad
fright.
timing.
My 2020 resolutions were go to the gym and do stand-up comedy, and what do you know?
It happened to be that year. It's all about timing.
Shucks.
It's all about timing. Oh my god. The first video I saw was Mark's fluffy puppy bar fight. Your bar fight was absolutely. I had to pause it because I was freaking crying with tears. Throwing the jar in the dude's face and pulling out the malice and swinging the Game of Thrones up in this bitch. Like, dude, I was rolling. You picked up the dude and threw him out of the window. Dude, I was fucking dying. I was dying. I couldn't take it. I'm like, what am I watching? This is like the best shit ever. And then with the Wedding Crashers one, where you guys are on the Wedding Crashers and messing the whole wedding up and throwing people over the balcony, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what the hell did I just stumble upon? This shit is amazing. Obviously, those videos are like your most successful, over 1 million views per video. Do you guys plan to revisit that game anytime soon to make more episodes of that certain genre?
Oof.
You know what? Now that you mentioned, there's a level we didn't do yet. They have a back alley level for that, which we haven't done. That's a great idea, Adam. Maybe we do revisit it.
It was great. It was a great 2 episodes, man. I show it to everybody, and they just die laughing with it.
Yeah. Those 2. Actually, I believe the first one I saw was the wedding one.
Yeah.
And I saw it probably like 2 years ago.
Yep.
And when you like picked up the bride, I was dying. I was crying.
You got Steve in the background going, "Oh my
Dude.
God, sir, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, you from Boston, huh? You from Boston, huh?"
Yeah, that's right,
Dodging
yeah.
punches. Like, dude, I was dying. I still laugh to this moment because it's so fucking funny.
Yes.
I'm dying. It's
He
hilarious.
surprises me. He pulls these things out of nowhere. I'm
You
just
guys
observing, you know.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
I'd be.
think
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we were still in the stages of like not even. I mean, might have been one of our first videos. Is that right? I mean,
I think it was.
If so, like
It's
it was
3 years
more
ago.
of like, yeah, there wasn't like a lot of there's no intention other than making these 2 guys laugh behind that, you know. And then I think that's with all of our videos. It's like once one of us cracks, then we start digging into that more, exploring that. Okay, and then we try to outdo that. And how do we get to the next level? And you know, just it's like boxing. You jabbing, you're jabbing, and then you try to go for the
You go for the knockout punch and it's over.
Over. The camaraderie is just great, building off of each other and shit, dude.
Yes.
It's just phenomenal. It's really phenomenal.
You know, you guys have really done every type of video that at least that I could imagine. I mean, you guys have done weddings, bars, spaceships, submarines. You just came out with one on Mars, which is hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
Russian roulette, space. Again, you're out in space. Can you explain to us where do you guys come up with these ideas to do all this, and like where's the inspiration come from? How do you guys come up with these ideas, or do you just think, oh, we should look for this, and then just do you really just go from there and dive into it and just try to outdo each other with like what we were just talking about, feeding off each other?
That's also a great question. I think like I'll look for games coming out and stuff, and then I'll say, hey, this is about this, and then since we only get together like once a week to record, I think I just kind of sleep on it and let ideas develop over a week or so, and then we'll get together for streaming or the podcast, and we'll say, hey, you know what we could do for this? We could do that, you know, and then we have a general direction of an idea we want to do, and then once we get in the game, weird stuff just develops.
It's the best. It's the best stuff. The best stuff.
And I've seen you guys turn horror games into hilarious sketches, and you know it just turns out to be so funny, and like your guys' first video, you guys were in Arizona doing the zombie shooting,
Arizona Sunshine, right?
And you somehow
Arizona
turned
Sunshine.
this to be hilarious.
That's a great game too. I mean,
Yeah.
having those games sort of, they do such a good job of setting the environment that it really, when you're getting in there, you're immersed, and it gets you in this mood, and that really helps. And just these guys over here, they're just good at what they do. And so
dude, it's perfect. It's perfect. I don't think it would be as good with other people. I think it's just you guys fit so well together.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the jokes, and when Mark and Jeff go off of each other, and Steve is just sitting there like, what the hell am I getting involved in right now? These two are just going at it and jokes and this and that. The ones where you guys are sitting on Star Trek and you guys got the Android and you're like beep 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 getting the update. dude, that's just shit that sticks in my head, and I'll start laughing out in the middle of nowhere. I'll be doing my job and be like, oh my god. I'm like, I gotta watch that one. That shit's hilarious. I die.
Yeah, I mean, there are even things where like I think there was one that we did, Baby Diver, and it was one there was like a submarine video. Like we just went so nuts in there, and we all took off our headsets and we're like talking afterwards, and we were all like, I don't think any of that's usable. Like we can't, like that's insane what we just did. So like, because it was so out there, but we just said, put it out and see what happens. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. The goal was to get in there and look at what the game updated. We didn't intend on recording anything. These two, they start messing around. I'm like, wait a second, I'm not recording yet. Hang on, let me start.
Wait, this is gold. This is gold. You always got to be recording.
Made up these characters and everything.
Yeah, like what Steven said with the environment, sometimes you get in there and you feel it out, and you're like someone will just start talking and going a direction, and it's all about the whole rule of improv is obviously yes and, like, you're right, and then you have to build off that and create this scenario. So it's kind of what, the environment is so good that it puts you in this position of the environment's helping us get started, and then
it does a lot of the hard work for us.
And you just add to it with the jokes.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Right.
It's just great comedy. Like, I have a lot of favorite episode series, dude. I love The Forest. I thought The Forest was great. Worst Spaceship Crew, Westward was great. Arizona Sunshine, Tales of Escape.
Yes.
What makes you guys do series 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes out of a game instead of doing just one game, one series, just doing one video and then just saying, okay, is it based off popularity? Is it like, okay, that only got 10,000 views, we're not going to do that one again?
Wow, that's good. I think if the game itself has a few levels, we're like, oh, we could get some mileage out of this one. So I think we do it that way mostly. There's a bunch of games that just obviously didn't work that well, or they're just really crude or basic, or short, and we just say, okay, we'll add this to the One Hit Wonders playlist on YouTube, and it's just a one-time thing. So I think it's how many levels the game has.
Okay.
That sort of drives that. Yeah.
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 So
kind of to go off that, like so many people comment, do more bar fight videos, and there's only 3 levels in there. Now there's, I guess, 4, and we squeezed out one more, but we can only do that so much before it's like, okay, we get it. You're crazy in this bar, and you throw people out a window. Like, we would rather people want a little bit more than be like, yeah, dude, this is your 12th bar fight video, and you did the same shit you did last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
like Adam said, I think we could do another soon. I think we could do.
Sure, yeah.
The back alley, or the dark alley. That already paints the picture
door
itself, man. That's already setting you up for success right there. They were great.
All right, so Nefarious Nerd Gaming is saying Mark and Jeff's chemistry is great, and he's talking about his favorite moment on the forest moment where Mark takes a shark head and goes, "Here, you want one?" To kind of elaborate on that, your guys' chemistry is great, and I've noticed that from early on from your first few videos, the chemistry is phenomenal, and that's a very rare talent to have, I believe. And obviously you guys are related. So, have you guys always been able to feed off each other like this? Like, how was your guys' family gatherings growing up when you're sitting at the Thanksgiving dinner table?
I can only
Are
imagine.
you guys just going, feeding off each other? Like, hey, pass the turkey. Like, boom.
Throwing gravy at each other.
Yeah, has that chemistry always been there?
Yeah.
And I'm sure being family members help.
Sure. Yeah. It has. I think we didn't really explore the whole comedy thing until, again, Mark got into stand-up, and then we all, a couple years ago, we all took some improv classes together, and to help us
That's a huge help.
keeping that mindset, of how something kind of plays out. Yeah, we've got some stories about when we were kids.
All right, well, hey, let's hear one story. Give the fans what they want. Let's hear one story.
Okay. We used to, like, me and Mark were like little kids, you know, we would all have these G.I. Joes or Ninja Turtles, you know, these little figures. And we would make little stop motion camera videos from those. I was always into video editing myself. And imagine kids seeing a video they made, and you just see the camera's point of view, you see these figures, and these characters are just cussing up a storm at each other, getting into these scenarios. I don't know where, and he was the youngest brother, like, and I'm like, oh God, where did you learn that from? So we got to go find those somewhere.
The most vile shit you've ever said.
Oh man,
it's just like,
you guys may need to bring the
do some stop motion G.I. Joe shit going on or something.
I need to find those.
Yeah, I think to your point too. Obviously, knowing when you have like similar sense of humor, that helps.
Correct.
So building that chemistry is really, it was just like we all kind of had the same sense of humor since the start, and obviously, you know, Steven kind of led the way, and whatever he thought was funny, I was watching, and then, you know, we're hanging out with Jeff, and we just have similar sense of humor, so that's a huge help.
Yeah,
that's. I know a lot of funny people,
and you can tell
that. Oh yeah, and because I know a lot of funny people I could do VR with that probably like wouldn't get it. You know what I mean? So actually, there's another guy that we bring into our videos here and there, and his name is Tidal. He'll actually
I've seen him.
Do one with him tonight. He's a cousin of ours too. So
okay, that's crazy too. Because I was thinking that I was watching a video and he popped up, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, where did this dude come from? I'm like, this son of a bitch. I'm like, you know, I was like, damn it, I'm trying to get in here.
Yeah, we're shooting tonight with him, and then there was the real GMAT Gameology, the Facebook group said, hey, you guys should make a video with the real GMAT, who's in Australia, and
I know him.
So I think he works for Gameology, and they're like, you guys need to get together and make some videos. So
yeah, it was at Nuketown, right? It was a Call of Duty at Nuketown, right?
Oh,
yeah, I remember
that's
that.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, I did see. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, he fit in right away, and he got it. Like, it was almost like, oh, he either
he does the same thing.
Yeah, he does like the same thing. So we were like, oh, this is easy, you know. So it wasn't like he doesn't get it or we don't get him. So
right,
it worked out pretty good.
He puts silliness over gameplay, that type of thing. So
that's perfect. I mean, you guys are in a different genre by yourself, so that makes you guys stand out. So
thanks.
Well, with COVID being the shit year that it was last year, your videos kept a lot of us in a positive and a great place, because last year was a dark spot for everybody, and everybody turned to the dark side of TikTok and all that bullshit. But with your growing popularity, did you guys try to focus more on longer and funnier videos, or did it become harder to make content knowing your following was growing more and more? Like, oh, okay, our video was good, but now we got to be funnier. Now we got to grow. Now we got to be more intense.
Wow, that's good question. You
know,
we
got a lot of good questions, man. We do our homework. We're not messing around here, dude.
You know, the pandemic was hard, like emotionally and mentally on everybody, including me. Sometimes I'd tell these guys, like, guys, I just don't feel like doing anything. Just it takes a toll on everybody. So it was hard. It was hard to do. I think we slowed down a little bit. We had less ideas. But we tried to just keep moving little by little. So,
I mean, did Jeff, did you come in and say, hey guys, we got to do a video this week? we need to be funny. I've got some ideas. I've got a game. Let's go do it.
I don't think so. I mean, I think we have an amazing fan base group, you know, whatever the term for it is, that we are pretty in touch with, like, on our Discord and other ways. And you know, it was clearly getting down on them. So I think it was, instead of trying to turn things up, it was more of, let's keep going the way we're going. You know, let's try and just not act like nothing's happening, but keep everything as normal as possible. Maybe we can be somewhat of a normal thread throughout this wild year.
Right. It's a good point, though.
I think your question with do we need to push it, like get it funnier, and now that there's a bigger following and as we're growing, I think for a while it's like sometimes we'll look at it more under a microscope and go, is this funny? Do we really think, like, is this adding anything value to the video? Like, Steven will send out a rough draft and goes, hey, what do you guys think? And most of the time it's great. Like, is it like not like, because Steven's been doing it so long, he knows this is it. I think this is it. And like me and Jeff are like, might say, maybe this part can get cut out. Other than that, I mean, we got some videos that we think are hilarious, but they're private in our Discord because we don't think the public would approve.
I'm telling we got to get some of these videos.
Yeah,
I gotta
go viral, man. We gotta get some.
There's one video that we revisit. We're like, God, maybe we should release that one, and it's just like so crazy, and be like, you know what? I think our Discord gets it, but to release it to the public wouldn't be might not be the best move.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear you.
That's kind of like with The Office and Michael Scott. Like, Michael Scott couldn't be around nowadays.
No,
He couldn't.
No.
His jokes,
No.
the way he
Wow.
talks to people, like,
No way.
you can't have Michael Scott anymore. It's
If
over.
they tried to
that's
film that
right.
today, shut down immediately. Immediately, it would be shut down.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
It's
We
not
just
even
got
that
a
bad,
subscriber.
like,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yay.
Yes, thank you for the
Who was it?
subscription. Who was it? Nefarious. Oh, Natatek
Yeah.
gifted the sub. Look at that. Natatek out there
Nefarious.
gifting subs.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Natatek. Gifted subs to Mike and Nefarious. Thank you, guys.
Great.
All right. So, but yes, we need to see these. We may need to see some of these videos.
Sure. Yeah. It's not like bad, but like, you know, we might like someone, because there's stuff that we'll say and be like, we'll say it, we'll get a laugh out of each other and be like, okay, seriously, that's not going in.
Like, we get
Say
it,
that,
but they won't.
Don't put that in, but that was funny.
Yeah. Don't put that in. So real quick, before we move on to the next question, how long does the editing process take? Like, your typical
boy.
video, do you guys really do this for like 3 hours? And then the editing, I know from doing editing our videos, and it takes me for even like a 5-minute video. Sometimes there's a lot of editing, and you guys have to go through much more film than ours. So how long does that process? How long does it take to make one 10-minute video?
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I think you understand. Yeah. We'll film, we'll get footage for a couple hours, and then I'll say, okay, I think we got something here. Monday, we'll film Sunday night. Monday, I'll do like a rough cut and say, okay, I'll cut out everything that has nothing into it. So I'll get all the highlights together. Maybe I'll end up with 20 minutes, and then I'll spend Tuesday doubting myself, saying, oh, this will never work. Oh, I can't do it. And Wednesday, I'll go and I'll refine it some. Thursday, I'll refine it some more. And then finally, I'll have something together by Saturday.
Okay. So it's
And I'll
about a
send
week.
it to them. Yeah, like, what do you guys
Yeah.
think?
The final
Yeah, on and
copy.
off. I mean, editing, it's tough to say because I'm on and off with that in between doing other things.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, it's a good 16
time.
hours. So it's,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, with
Yeah.
all that material and improv, you guys must have a shit ton of outtakes. Like stuff that you got, like you said, you'll laugh at, Mark, but it's like I don't think anybody else could understand this.
Right? Yeah.
You're
gotta
right.
be
Yeah, we do
hours.
There's a bunch. Yep.
MK Horton wants to ask a question. How many hours per week do they spend on their show?
Is it like a full-time job? Do you guys spend 40, 50 hours? Like, Mark, will you write jokes? Jeff, will you write jokes? And then Steve's doing, the editing and all that.
Or you guys just rolling with it? Improv.
Yeah, we roll with it. I mean, there is. I mean, our skits. Well, I mean, even our skits lately have been just like get the idea across and then just roll and see what happens. I think very rarely do we write anything before getting in there and figuring it out, because I mean, sometimes when we're doing improv, you say a joke or someone else is also trying to do something and you'll step on a line and be like, hey, let's redo that line. That was a funny line. Other than that, it's all just what it is. I mean, as far as writing before, that's none.
So there are retakes, though. You guys do retakes if you guys feel like something else could work with that joke.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get in there and it's like, oh, that was great. Could you say that again? Because I think I wasn't looking at you when you said it or something like that. Yeah.
He was looking at you, or like two people are talking at the same time and one just had a killer joke and you're like, yeah, that's you. I stepped on your toes. You say that again. So like things like that. Yeah.
And that's hard to get a natural reaction after you say a joke. It's like, hey, that was funny, but I need to laugh like I heard it for the first time. So say that again.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Sometimes I'll take the audio reaction of the first time it was said and put it after the second time I was looking at him. So
that's a lot of editing, man.
Yeah.
So
Editing. Oh my God.
So
wow.
Yeah, none of this would be happening if it weren't for Steven and his editing and the tremendous work that he puts into that. I mean, we can get out and make jokes, but he makes everything look so much better and so polished, and that the editing
polish is a strong word.
He does a lot of polishing.
Yeah, editing's everything. Imagine if you guys just put up a full video
without editing it. That would be,
oh
my God.
It is a huge part.
I mean, knowing me,
sure.
I know when your guys' videos come out, usually Sunday night or into Monday, you guys will release a video. Dude, that's like Amazon Prime to me. It's like, oh shit, like, oh, Hummy's video should be on tonight when I get home.
Yes.
Can't wait to get it. So
interesting. Yeah, I guess we need to keep that day then, because
you're pretty consistent. You guys are pretty consistent.
Yeah. You hear that consistent is something you have to be, but then also we're like, oh, but you know what? We should be trying to do it more often. Also, it's a lot of work, as you guys know. I mean,
life
exactly.
Well, life takes over. Me and him, we're doing it Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I have a second shift job now, so we can't do Wednesdays anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll just try to do stuff in between then. YouTube videos, fill in times and stuff like that. So
now you guys currently have about 154 videos on your YouTube channel, and yes, I did count them. Going back all the way to. Can you guys remember the first video you posted? Let's see, memory wise, what month and year was that? Real quick.
Wow, that was
fall of 9.
I have no idea.
February of
1985.
All right, so it's December 4th, 2017. Now, obviously, you guys probably don't remember them all. But which, and we both had. Is someone having an issue with their stream?
Are we?
Don't
looks like someone's connection's going a little.
Wave your hands.
There you are.
Wave your hands.
Okay.
There you are.
Now you guys may not remember all your videos, but you got to remember some of your favorite ones. And I know Adam has the same question, so we'll kind of knock it both out here. Which videos Which videos is your favorite for each of you guys?
Good one. It's the first thing that always comes to mind is the first Curious Cases episode we did where we play these detectives in an escape room.
Oh my god, that was good.
It starts out where these guys are exchanging cards and information, and then it goes into another room where they like, oh, we could play beer pong on this table, and just the stuff that comes out of these guys' heads in that one just made me laugh so much. I just love that one for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
All
right,
Mark?
You guys? Yeah, Mark, what you got?
I think this is this is probably everyone's most hated one.
Okay.
But there was this one called Haunting Hour.
Oh,
and
God.
it was titled Hell Cell. And me and Steven was in jail, and me and Jeff are going through mundane traffic scenarios, and it is so boring, but it is so like funny to have someone trapped in a cell hearing these two guys talk about traffic. And that was like one of my favorites. Like no one liked
Why?
it, but I love it.
In the same vein, I do feel really bad about it, but any of the videos where Mark and I team up on Steven are my favorites. Like
They're taking a very Andy Kaufman approach to this.
Yes.
trying to get a reaction out of him and ganging up on him is some of my favorites. So I guess I got like not a specific game. I'd say
Just the incidents. Just the incidents.
Yeah.
And all I hear is when you two team up on him, all he does is laugh. He can't say anything else. All he does is laugh. But he's just like, oh my god, and then he's just laughing, and then you guys will say something else, and dude, it's just it's absolutely hilarious.
It is right, Alec. I know it's coming. It first happened when I was showing off the submarine simulator. I'm like, look at all the cool stuff this thing can do. Right. And they're shoving oxygen cans in each other's mouths.
Right, I remember that.
Guys, like, no, but look what these people, look what these developers built. Look at this cool stuff.
Look how detailed it is.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think shit, what was I gonna say? What the thing that you notice in all the videos that Steven does so well is he is the sane person in all the videos, which lets me and Jeff kind of run insane, wild, like as can be, and Steven is the reaction to a normal person. And so, I mean, it's kind of like how, I don't know, it's kind of like if you look at every great show, you have a sane person, you know, you have The Simpsons, like Marge is the sane and everyone else is just crazy.
Same characters,
you know? So,
right.
Right, yeah. So Steven does a great job of writing the ship to normal while
having a contrast. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
One video that sticks in my head that I know Steve is not in character is his rage when he's in that kettle and he's trying to climb the hill. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, he raged so hard. I'm pretty sure he uninstalled that game right after that.
You're right. I did. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah,
you really uninstalled
it? That's a
it?
game that you played one time. What was it called? Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. That's it.
Yes, because he drops these like words of wisdom as you're playing, and you're like, "Oh, shut the hell up!" And you're trying to climb this hill, and he's all pissed off, and then he falls. I think didn't you get up from your chair? You got up from your chair and like walked away or something. He's like, "The son of a bitch!" He was all pissed off.
That game is, notorious. That's why people play it, to get angry.
Yes, that's true.
I see I'm reopening bad memories for him right now. He's like, that son of a bitch.
Right.
So, like, same with the episodes and stuff. A lot of my favorite scenes are Arizona Sunshine Base Dad, looking for Base Dad. Oh my God, dying. The androids on Star Trek, where Steve's in the captain's chair, and these two are trying to go off each other and talk to each other. And Tales of Escape, when you find the heart in the doctor's cabinet, you're like, why does a doctor have a heart in a cabinet? Like, this is weird. Downward Spiral, where you're talking about the coffee mug, like, oh, Karen, she likes it, whatever that is. That's great, dude. That's great. Hand Simulator, Joby's holiday
thanks.
weekend sale. The forest selling the hatchets, like, oh, you buy 6 hatchets, you get another 6 or whatever, like that. Taking orders for hatchets and shit like that. I mean, those are the scenes that, it's not even the episodes, it's the certain scenes and the way you guys say stuff that sticks in people's heads, and that is stuff that I'll never forget. And I can't wait for the future of what you guys have coming.
Speaking of the
thanks. Thanks so much. That's awesome.
One of the you mentioned the experiment where the hearts in the cabinet. That was one of those that was one of those improv moments where I open the cabinet, I see the heart. Jeff doesn't know the heart's in there at all, and I go, unbelievable. And I go, why would you have this? And I forget what he said, but he was just like, okay, why? I mean, it's a normal thing to have. So he took the contrast of like, oh, what? And then I go, so this, and I pulled out the heart, and then his reaction of dropping the clipboard.
He froze. Like well, I think it was the forest where I think Mark, you had the shark head. You're like, no. He's like, oh my god. He's like, oh hey, it's me. It's only me. Like that. He puts it back on. It's like, dude, that stuff's hilarious, man. That you can't write this shit. I swear.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
Speaking of the future here, can we can you give the audience and the fans and the listeners any hints about what you guys have upcoming in the rest of 2021? Do you guys have anything that you guys really are excited to do? Any new things available that you can kind of give a little sneak peek into this time around, or this year?
Yeah, a lot of stuff I'm excited about. I'm always like, I do spend a lot of time researching games to see what's out there and what we can do with it. And we just this year, we only started doing like VR chat, and that's been out a few years. But that worked out for a good platform for us to mess around in. So we've got some more of those coming up. And then just last weekend, we shot a whole video with our Discord group. We were doing some rock climbing in Rec Room.
Nice.
That one's coming out tomorrow. So we might be doing more like event stuff like that.
Okay.
And then
Nefarious is saying VR chat is perfect for you guys. And then Victus, thank you for the follow. Victus91, thanks for the follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
there's a lot in there. So
okay, very cool.
A lot of potential stuff.
Yeah.
If you guys could design a game that would be perfect for your guys' model that you do, what kind of game would you like to do more of, or like design a game that fits perfectly for you, like a horror game or more being investigators? Or
that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh, that is good.
Geez,
what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to like Invictus said, the Mind Show, that's one that I feel like was pretty close to perfect for what we were doing, but unfortunately I think it's been not abandoned. I don't think it's being updated or produced anymore. That or something along the lines of VR chat, honestly, because the possibilities are endless, and then there's just endless streams of content and like topical stuff, like meme content that like as soon as it's jokes out there, people are making that skin and putting that skin in VR chat, or any movie scene or wherever location, it's probably already in VR chat or something similar to it. It's endless in there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mind Show. Yeah, you're right. The Mind Show was kind of like VR chat. It was more cartoony. It had a great look and feel to it, and it allowed for more stuff you could do. And I remember the developer of that game, he called me on the phone and he's like, "You guys, we're making Mind Show 2, so keep that in mind."
Yeah.
And that was years ago, and I haven't seen any development or news since, and I wish they would get back to it because we love that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't popular with the viewers, but we like doing it. And
You guys got to do what you love. You guys got to do what you love. It fits perfectly for what you guys are doing too. You know,
Right.
so it's great. Even like the thief game where you guys are breaking into houses and you guys got to do random shit. Like you're gonna park on the road of the street you're robbing in the middle of the daytime. Like, come on. Like that doesn't make sense.
No.
You're right. Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I broke into the house. And you're like breaking windows. It's like, how did they not hear it? And they're just like standing, looking out the window, looking at you guys. It's like, this is not even like, this is so silly, man. It is so silly.
It is. Yeah. Just having that first reaction to playing those types of games also is important too. Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
can you believe they put this in here? Like,
I know.
Right.
I know. AKA have a heart in the cabinet.
Right. Yeah,
So-
Hurt Cabinet. You gotta watch that. Tales of Escape are
I
freaking
do.
great. What was it? The books in Tales of Escape, something uncle. It was like, oh, your uncle this, your uncle that. I just remember specific stuff, dude. Then I'm like, dude,
It sticks. It really does.
This is ridiculous. Shit is
Oh
so
my God, yeah.
ridiculous. Shit needs to
what
be
I
a
love
ring. It needs to be a ringtone or something.
That's
It
what I
should
love
be a
about our,
ringtone.
about our the people that watch our videos is that they get these running jokes that we do. Like now, I think we've brought it up maybe four times. So like if for instance in our next video, if we're doing something and there's some books, like, oh, there's a book over here, and someone can say, oh, what's the title of that book? And everyone knows what's coming. They already know. But it's just fun to do. So
Yeah.
Five dark corners your uncle is in. Who's under your bed? Probably your uncle. Dude, it's so
Like-
funny, man.
And honestly, like having put that out there, like I can't even believe other people think that's funny other than us three.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Oh, dude, it's
It's a risk.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
It's
it's a big risk.
hysterical.
Yeah.
It's a big risk, but it's great.
So the first video that you put out, on that note, the first video that you guys really put out, were you guys like nervous? Like just like thinking, we find this funny, but I wonder if other people are actually going to find this funny.
That is every single video
Every
that,
video
I,
still.
that I upload.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, certainly, like you said, there's more moments that I question harder than others, and but it's so often too, and it's a difficult choice in editing. I'm like, I gotta cut this out. This is not.
Yes.
Or
Have you guys ever uploaded a video and then deleted it right after because you're like, oh, you were
too
on the
offensive.
fence about
It's
it,
too
and then you're
offensive.
like, oh, I can't, we can't follow through with that. That's too much.
From Boston.
Wow,
Where are you from
yeah.
Boston? In the drunk
some
God, dude, that's
some definitely.
Oh, I forgot.
I'll send it to these guys. I'm like, guys, what do you think? And usually we have this voting system. If one of us vetoes a part, then I'll cut it out.
Oh, okay.
If it's too offensive or too weird, edgy, I'll cut it
Take
out.
it out.
Not gonna take a risk.
If it's
that's
weird or
hilarious.
like just insane, gross, it's like it doesn't really add any value to the rest of, the rest of the video or the rest of the jokes in there. Then we'll just be like, it's not worth.
Yeah.
It's not worth the risk. So.
Yeah, I think YouTube demonetized. I think the Momo video because I think it broke every rule they had.
Yep.
So, hand simulator Momo, yeah.
Oh, Ham
So I was like,
Simulator is
okay.
great.
Yeah.
It's like we have to tone it down. I don't want to get canceled. You know what I mean? Like,
I think some
It's-
like the Forest and Westward are so good because you guys get to move around the entire map,
Yep.
and you're not just in a certain place or in a room. You guys get to explore, and Westward you're coming in gunfights, and you tell them, hey, look at the sun over there, and you're loading up your pistol. You get to shoot him in the back of the head and all that stuff. That's just funny, man, because you guys can respawn and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. That's great stuff.
yeah.
One of the benefits
you're
of
right.
doing VR is you get to do things to characters that you can't do. I can put my hand on my hip and everyone can see me put my hand on my hip, and not at least it shows the body language that you can get out of that, as opposed to playing just a PS4 game. I can't control this one hand by itself, so
Right,
or I can't
right.
tilt my head and look at someone from the side. You know, it's like little things like that that give us an advantage of doing VR, and that's why we like doing it.
Yeah.
Invictus
It's
said
a big advantage.
your guys is like when you guys play a game and there's no expression on a face, and when you guys talk, you give that faceless expression to that person, to that character, because of what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
he's like, there's no expression. You say a joke, and it's like, oh my god, like you don't even have to have
Yeah.
an expression because your joke is so funny. It's like they use their imagination to think about what they're saying.
Yeah.
It gives that.
That's a good, yeah.
It gives that
I think-
faceless face of expression, which is funny.
Mm.
And I
I
think
heard a rumor that there's going to be some technology coming out that might be able to read your expressions.
Oh,
I'm not
Elon
sure.
Musk.
We talked about
Elon
that.
Musk.
Maybe like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Well, that's what he's talking. Elon Musk. He was on Joe Rogan. I was listening to, and he was talking about having chips to where you can read people's thoughts, where you don't even have to have expressions on your face. You're just kind of looking at. You're just like looking at a wall, being like, "Hey, man, let's go get some pizza or something." You know, it's like there's nothing on your face.
wow.
I
Oh.
think that's so much more work, isn't it? Because if I'm happy, I'm organically smiling, but if I
Yeah.
don't have to show it, then I'm consciously having
Right.
to take my happiness away from my face.
Yep. Or if you have like a weird thought, if you have a weird thought in your head and you're like looking around like, oh shit, I hope nobody actually heard that. You're like, oh,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow! Wouldn't
I
it
think
get
Please
there
don't
one
put me
day?
in jail. It was just a joke.
Right.
the
yeah,
system we have now
exactly.
is pretty good.
Right.
Right. Oh.
Got to be
Could
like
be there
within
one
a
day,
10,
wow.
10-foot radius of actually hearing your thoughts. Like, okay, I got to step back a foot.
That's right. Oh my god.
That's
Oh.
weird.
So
Let's hope-
I have said this multiple times, and on our show in the past, for the past probably close to 10 years, I've been saying this. Virtual reality is still in the early stages, and augmented reality are also in the early stages. But you guys work with virtual reality, I think, more than anyone that I've really met. Now, how far along do you see virtual reality going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Ooh. So yeah, I think they're developing new headsets, right? We're still using like the oldest one. I think the
I was
first,
just gonna ask, what do you guys use?
First ones, yeah.
the first HTC Vive. I don't think they sell it
Oh.
anymore.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So it's feels kind of crude still, but so in it, like we tried. My controllers broke after a few years, so I got the Index controllers, and those are such a huge improvement. They feel great. Like you can
Yeah.
you can bend your fingers, and you don't even have to touch any buttons. It just knows when you're bending your fingers, and you can see it
Wow.
happen in the game.
Yes.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
It just
talked about
senses
Yeah.
it.
We've talked about
I
that.
talked about there's going to be like a headset or glasses that are going to be hand mapping to where it actually maps your hands and it actually knows when you're grabbing stuff. Because I know what you guys have, like sometimes there's like the Oculus Quest 2 where you got to like press a trigger to grab something and hold something, and that's kind of awkward. To be able to
I
use your
forget the
full
name of it,
hands.
but that already exists. You can actually add it on to like the Vive or Index headsets,
Oh wow.
and it will track like arm and
so
hand motion,
yeah.
and
Does it really?
yeah, there
That's
it's
crazy.
there's a lot of stuff out there, but
Yeah.
I think yeah, but all these companies are coming out with these new headsets. So, like I said, the expression reader thing and the force feedback and the haptic suits. Like I don't know, it's weird. Like I can't
It's-
keep up with everything.
It really is. And, I think virtual reality in 10 years is going to be much bigger. Like, I think they're going to start developing awesome games. And, you guys are basically you guys are showing the world that virtual reality isn't just like this little thing that you can put on your head and you can ride a roller coaster or go to outer space. There's much more to it, and there's much more things that you could do to it, or do with it. So you guys are kind of showing the world that, and I think it's still very early. I think in 10 years, we'll be able to kind of do virtual reality, but almost with ourselves. So we could probably pick our characters, and it would just be more. There'll just be much more content in it. So, you know, like one day you guys should do one where you guys are like climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Like and you know, like there's so much more to it, and yeah, I think it's very early, and I'm excited what the future will hold for VR. And you know, with that, obviously, better content for you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Like, didn't like the first Xbox one, wasn't it like it could track your full body, right?
The Connect.
So
Yeah, it was the
Yes.
Xbox
the Connect.
Connect.
So
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think they should have that out at some point, right? Where you don't need controllers anymore, just the head thing.
Yeah,
the
I-
full
that's
body
true.
motion. That's what it
Yeah.
should be. Yeah.
I think right now it's there. It's just they haven't really perfected it. Like it's still kind of glitchy. So I think once the technology really starts catching up, that's when virtual reality will really be something special for tons more people. It will be much more cheaper, so more people will be able to have a headset, and you know it's a bright future.
I remember doing the Connect,
yes.
and I was doing something, and I remember jumping in the air, and I smacked my head on the ceiling. 'Cause I jumped too high. And it was the
Yeah.
the spike ceiling, and I cracked my head. I'm just laying on the ground, and the game's like, "Hey,
wow.
you need to keep playing." It's like I'm fucking bleeding here. I'm bleeding.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Have you
Oh,
guys done
jeez.
anything like that?
Have you guys hurt yourselves?
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah?
curious about that.
Yeah. It's often, yeah. You got to remap your room and all that.
Yep.
We smack stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how I haven't broken it. I've punched my floor. I hit my floor once with the controller because
I think that's in Payday too.
that's in one of the payday
One of the
videos.
Paydays.
I think we were
Paydays
robbing
are
a
good.
Crack.
car
Dude, Paydays are
dealership.
great.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the car
car- yeah.
dealership.
Yeah,
I
think
remember
I was-
hearing you smack stuff.
I was
Yeah.
on the roof on a skylight, and I was trying to like rappel down into the building, and I was in VR, so I wasn't thinking anything. I was like, all right, well, I'll just smack this skylight and fall through, and forgetting that I'm on a concrete floor here, I can't actually do that.
That's right. Yeah. You forget.
Yep.
I think I was looking through a trap door once, and I actually hit my head on the floor trying to look through a trap door.
He's like looking under shit. He's like, "Hey, what's under here?" Boom! Oh,
It makes you feel dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You lift your
I've
goggles
seen-
up, and you're like, "What the hell was that?"
I've seen so many videos of people actually, you know, like people who don't use VR often, and you know they'll punch a TV, or
Those are the
they'll
best.
fall. Yes.
Those are the best.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Throw the controller. They're like, "Oh, I gotta throw this," but they gotta hold
Just-
onto the
just
controller
hook
but let
it.
go of the button, and they smash their TV, and they know it too, and they lift it up real slow, and they're like, "Oh, son of a bitch."
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's painful to watch. You feel for those people. Like I know.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it. I had a I forget what I had a headset with my Samsung 7 and 25 minutes that I could do virtual reality with, and then I'm getting kind of vertigo, kind of dizzy. Do you guys take breaks
Yeah.
at all?
Oh. Yeah. It took a long time to get used to it.
I believe it.
After an hour or so, I have to leave the headset.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But I think we've slowly built up sort of a VR endurance, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first it was real difficult. Slightest movements will get you nauseous, but
You guys are
Yeah,
grabbing onto
especially-
the walls as you're walking.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's-
oh,
Probably like after every time we do a video that's like standing and moving and all this sort of stuff, I probably when we're done, we're like, all right, guys, good session, and hang up. I'm laying on my back on the floor for a good 10 minutes, and just like, oh, my back's killing me.
that's
And then
right.
your daughter will
yeah.
run and come and jump on you. Bam!
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
that's
course,
right,
Mark has one of the record, right? Or not the record, but
Right, not the record, but
you
yeah.
were
Oh,
in there for how
wow.
long?
18 hours.
18
18 hours in VR.
Yeah. Yeah, for
When
some
he-
reason I thought it was shorter, and then I went back and watched the video, and I go, "Oh, it was 18 hours." So
Yeah, it
Wow.
was the Mr. Beast
Wow.
VR
yeah.
challenge. That Mark was in it for 18 hours. So.
No thanks.
Man.
yeah,
Get up and pee.
no, dude,
probably
it messed me up for like two. I obviously got sick because I went home, I drove home, I napped for like 3 hours because I didn't, sleep. You can't even sleep in this world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went home and slept, and then I got sick for like 4 or 5 days just from
Oh my
like
gosh.
Oh.
being
Wow.
up or whatever. Yeah, but
That's crazy.
but yeah, it was brutal.
I believe it. And Mike Snipes is asking, think about buying a virtual reality headset. Any suggestions from you guys?
Have you guys? Well, you've got Oculus there in your studio.
I
There?
have
Okay.
the Oculus. I think this is the Oculus Go. It's the one with just a one controller.
And how do you like that one? Is it?
It's pretty good. I think it's just a little limited. I would like to have two. But for the most part, we've always enjoyed using it. Me and my wife use it, and we take it to our friends. We use it, but we don't. There's not many. It's limited because there's only one controller. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and
Okay.
it's. Let me see the controller.
It's not full.
It's
motion,
not like
so-
it's not like a controller. It's more of just like a point and click type thing.
like a stick.
Okay.
So, but it still has a lot of the things. It's just like I don't know how much functionality I could have if I was if I did a bar scene with you guys or whatever. I don't know what I could grab, because there's only one controller.
Because Mark's flailing his arms.
I would be just waving one hand up, basically, like, come on.
I see.
But what
Yeah,
do you guys? Yeah, what
I
would you guys
haven't-
suggest or use?
I haven't even tried anything other than the original
Yeah.
Live that
Yeah.
we still haven't upgraded. So I don't have
Okay,
any
if it works.
experience in any other headset right now.
Okay.
So is it just a headset, or do you guys do you plug into your PC, or how's that all? Okay, plug into your guys' PC.
Yeah, and then you get two controllers. Although Index is looking really good.
Okay.
Might
it's-
have to upgrade to that one.
As far as
Okay.
quality and features, I think Index is probably top of the heap at the moment.
Index. Okay.
But
But-
they're hard to get. Like Steam is sold out usually. So
Wow.
Oh wow.
right now we're
Yeah.
sticking with Vive, like
Hey, if
our
it
old
works.
ones. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought Apple said something at the beginning of the year. They're gonna be coming up with a headset, Apple headset or something like that.
Oh really? Okay.
I
they're
think they're
gonna be
developing some AR VR headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
believe it.
that's what I thought I saw. So
They're trying to
All
make
right,
a
so-
car too, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying
Yeah.
electric
They're trying to do
vehicle.
everything,
They're trying
man.
to do everything.
trying to do everything.
Yeah. Just like Amazon. Why doesn't Amazon have one yet? Who knows?
It's
What do you-
coming.
Amazon will have.
It's-
Yeah.
Shouldn't they? I feel
Exactly.
like they're probably going to develop one. I would say.
Right.
That
Hey, look
that
at
being
that.
said, if any manufacturers or reps or anybody is hearing or listening, we'd be happy to try your headsets and
I was
tell
gonna say
everybody
that.
what we
I was
think
gonna
of
say.
them.
I was actually gonna say
Good
that.
idea.
Like you guys should be the spokespeople
Yeah.
for the new headsets coming out.
Talk about
you
some
know,
killer
it's-
advertisements. There you go.
They send them to you, and
Yeah,
they give
you
you guys
guys-
a 30-day trial
Yeah.
and
Oh,
get you to
man.
use them and all that kind of stuff.
Sponsorship
Yeah, that's a good point.
incoming.
Yeah, just
Yes.
trial.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's go. Free trials. A whole bunch
Very
of
cool.
games preloaded in there. Let you try them. Mark can do his basketball shots, diving
Oh,
off and
that's
doing his
right.
basketball
Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
That was good, man. That was good.
Thanks, man. That was out of pure boredom and missing sports.
COVID.
So
Yes,
Yeah,
COVID.
missing
Yes.
sports, yeah.
COVID.
obviously, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And your skits on TikTok are freaking hilarious, dude. I understand how you
Oh,
don't
thanks.
get more views and more stuff out there, but it's a teenager rap, man. I
Right,
don't
yeah.
even know with
I'm
it.
not 14 dancing, so no one gives.
Right. That's exactly right. But
Yeah, no,
so
I've put those skits on my own YouTube, which I have
Yep.
done some skits with Steven and Jeff, and then that's kind of our plan as COVID gets over, we get our shots to do some skits together, more skits together in person,
That'd
and
be
also our VR. So, but that's the thing with the VR chat, we're finding, oh, we can do these skits that they give us a news station. We don't have to create this skit news station, and like make it look real in our house or whatever. But
right.
because that's how we started. We started like, hey, let's write skits. We like doing skits, and then VR came out, and we're like, oh well, these again, the environments are created for us, so we can
Right.
just
go with it.
Yeah.
Get in there,
Nice.
go with the flow, and make a bunch of people laugh their faces
Yeah.
off. So hopefully comedy comes back up and you can start getting back out on the road, man. Doing some jokes. Come here to Cleveland. We'll show you
Yeah, if
around
you're here in
town.
Ohio, please
we'll hang
let
out
us
with
know.
you. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I really want to thank you guys for coming on. You guys acknowledge your community and get involved in your community like you're not better than everybody else, which is amazing. People get popular on YouTube. They're like, dude, who the hell is this dude trying to talk to me? This fucking loser. But you guys go out of your way to talk to people that comment on your videos and get involved in your community, which is great. So it's
They're the only reason why we're able to do what we're doing.
yeah, absolutely.
We're just lucky to have people
Yeah,
laughing
but
at our dumb ass videos.
Right, great videos. I
And
mean,
we
as people-
appreciate
yeah.
you guys too. I mean, you guys look at how professional these guys look.
We
They
try,
look
we
great,
try.
don't they?
Yeah,
They look
thanks,
great.
guys.
Trying to represent
Yeah,
with
we-
t-shirts and everything.
Look at that.
Definitely appreciate the opportunity, you guys.
Mark and Steve, I've talked with you guys. Joby, I don't know. Maybe we'll just start emailing more. I don't know.
That's fine. You know, start there, see where it goes.
We'll
There we
get
go.
together on a game or
Work your way
something.
back
You
to a
know.
fax or something.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, hopefully we can all play together one day, guys.
Yeah.
But we
That'd be cool,
greatly
yeah.
appreciate you guys coming on, man. We really do.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you
And
guys
yes,
too.
we do have to get going.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but yes,
Well-
thanks again, you guys.
Mark, I'm going to send you a link because we do March Madness for
yes.
video game characters. So
Oh, hell
last
yeah.
year we did video games, and
Yep.
Super Mario World won Game of the March Madness out of 64 games.
Awesome. Yeah, hit me up on literally any other app other than TikTok, because I'm like, I'll check in maybe once a month. So that to me, that's dead. So yeah.
I'll email you.
Email me. Yeah, you got it.
So thanks, guys. We really appreciate
yep.
it. Thank you for coming in. You guys have a good one. Can't wait for new content.
Thank
Yes.
you guys. I
All right.
hope,
See you
we'll-
guys. Have a good.